Hey Virgos, welcome and welcome back to the Honey Sea Star Tarot. So this is going to be our weekly read from February 23rd all the way into March 1st. Welcome to March, and before we get started, I just wanted to say thank you guys to each and every one of you for all the ways that you lift this channel up. Truly, you make the difference, and I love you back. So let's see what's coming towards us here, what to expect for this week. And so as we walk into this week, we're greeted with a moon in Capricorn. And so this enhances our natural tendency to work hard, and also puts us in a place of really taking on and being accountable for responsibility. It allows us and encourages us to focus on our long-term goals. And most importantly, it's all about our dedication to stability in our success. And so don't be surprised during this time if you are walking into this week where you are walking into a period of prosperity, and it will lead towards your freedom, towards reaching for your goals, towards manifesting financial success, but also Spirit is reminding you at the Page of Swords that if you've been delayed, if you've been focusing on education, on learning, on preparing, pausing to reflect, to refine, now is the time where you're coming to the table with a heightened sense of dedication towards your attainment, towards your 10 of Cups. Now, as a side tangent here as well, just to forewarn you, with the moon in Capricorn, it can also encourage Virgos to be a little bit self-critical. Actually, a lot of it self-critical. And also, it basically helps us with striving for perfection. This is a time to really be gentle with ourselves as well. It's not about perfection, it's about every step, right? And so this is the time to really focus on your sacral energies during your meditations and remind yourself that you truly are enough in all ways, like in all that you are, in all that you bring, but to remind yourself, more importantly, that you always have been enough and you always will be enough. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below. I can totally relate, especially when it comes to self-criticism or getting stuck in not doing things exactly perfect. Virgos, I tell ya. But with February 24th, the moon is also going to be sextile with Mercury. And so we've got Capricorn mixing with Pisces energy. This is offering us, thank you, a wave of inspiration and a wave of heightened intuition. It also allows us an opportunity where our emotional awareness is on par, it's on key, and it's in tune with what our surroundings and what's going on as above and so below. And so with the moon, this is really where it's like you are shining the light on those shadows. You're shining the light on any type of disconnection to your sacral energy. You're shining a light in all those shadows. And more importantly, you're bringing awareness to them, standing in the place in the energy of the Queen of Pentacles. This is where you're coming to the table with your love leadership, your servant leadership. And it really builds that trust. It builds the stability and the security of trust through your successes. If you've been daydreaming, and especially with Mercury and Pisces, this doesn't surprise me because it really gives us a lot of visionary, lofty thoughts, fantasies as well, but more importantly, desires. It also can confront us with temptations. And so if you've been stuck in ruts or looking at habits in your daily routines, in your connections, this is where you are breaking endings, or you're breaking free of those aspects. You're breaking free of the negativity. And also, too, you're breaking free of any type of, backstabbing, deceit, painful endings as well. You're letting them go during this week. And like I say, with the sextile between the moon and Mercury, it's all about heightened intuition, emotional awareness, but it's allowing us to express our feelings in a more sympathetic, sensitive, and empathetic way while remaining grounded. And that's why don't be surprised if you find that a lot of people are looking to you at this time. Because with Virgos, it also will allow us, like I say, to connect in ways that grow roots deeper. This is where roots run deep when we have this sextile. And again, this is where you're stepping into your servant leadership, especially when it comes to times of challenge. It allows us to take on a more compassionate and supportive role towards others, but it also allows us to express emotions in a direct and well-centered, thought-out manner to avoid drama, to avoid misunderstandings, and to avoid miscommunication. And this is really where you're standing with the Page of Wands energy of charisma, of freedom. You're free from the conflict. You're standing aside, putting yourself aside from it, distancing yourself emotionally from it, but more importantly, utilizing your emotional intelligence, your enlightenment, in how you're dealing with these aspects, how you're dealing with these restraints to really set yourself free. And if that resonates, by all means, put a heart in the comments below, because this is where you are truly ending this month with a bang and reaching for that 10 of Cups, for those long-term goals with dedicated stability in your success. Now, as we move out of the Capricorn moon, we're greeted with Aquarius. And so this may also bring an urge for us, or encourage us rather, to break free of routine, to embrace new innovative solutions, especially when it comes to our daily tasks, and also too, don't be surprised with our health habits. And so if you have been, dealing with addictions, dealing with vices or temptations, possibly not eating as healthy as your body is really calling you to at this time, the moon in Aquarius really allows us to break free of those aspects, to break free of those temptations, and stand in a way where we're gaining our confidence back. And so if you have been feeling ruled by those aspects, also too being, feeling ruled by negative emotion, especially when it comes to financial stability aspects, dealing with and confronting with the aspect of basically doubting yourself, of looking at yourself, especially when you're having to stand up, against malice, against hard negative influences, I guess is how I would put it. Or two, even being overly critical of yourself, tearing yourself down due to addictions, due to aspects like that. This is where Spirit is really reminding us with the King of Swords in reverse to focus on our root chakra, to know and to step into the solid foundation that we create for ourselves, and to also get out of our fight and flight and know that we are safe in our foundation, in our stability. And Spirit is assuring you and confirming for you that you can juggle this well. You're embracing those dualities. You're embracing the shadow and the light, the polarities within your choices even, and really embracing that Neptune energy and the duality with the two. But most importantly, what I see in that is that you are taking advantage, especially with that 222 portal that we just had. If you haven't seen the video, check it out. It goes into depth. But either way, it's about a third eye opening. This is the week where your third eye, your mind's eye, is open, and you are walking confidently towards your 10 of Cups. You're breaking free of poor health choices, poor choices in general, or feeling emotionally overwhelmed, or feeling the instability of erratic chaos around you. Negative emotions even too coming at you from within, as also to your surroundings. And you're more importantly walking towards a place of cooperation, of harmony, and you're finding the relationships, being greeted in and calling in the relationships that are truly compatible with you, and also too that represent that duality. I mean, this is like two confirmations in regards to that, but it's finding that symmetry with the 3 of Cups. This is where your victory is. Your support is coming in, and you're uniting in strength with people that not only think differently from you, because that makes you stronger, but more importantly, you're stepping up again with the servant leadership approach that allows others a safe place as well to come to the table with new perspectives. And I will say we are going to get a leg up on the 25th because the moon is trine with Jupiter during this time as well. And so the moon's in Aquarius, Jupiter's in Gemini, so there is a lot of air. And with Virgos, it helps us in a lot of ways with a sense of optimism. And so if you've been struggling to break free of anything, This also encourages us to get out of the idea of fight or flight, but instead stand our ground, remain grounded, and remember that we truly are in a favorable position. We have taken the time, and more importantly, we're dedicated to the stability of our success during this time. And we're no longer being held back, no longer allowing ourselves to be held back by past or by that shadow and being ruled by it, but instead we're embracing it with love and looking at the past in what we can take not only from the wisdom, but also the representation of the gentle compassion that it offered us, the balance, the symmetry when things were easier. And so this is a time truly where you're allowed to be, you're encouraged to be more open-minded and tap into your intuition. And with Virgos in particular, we are greeted with a new moon in Pisces on the 27th. And this really allows us to rise to the plate, to rise to the challenge, and claim our victory, to make the decisions to really go towards a new beginning and to let go of what no longer serves us. This is a time as well where the moon is the moon is square with Uranus. I don't know why I said it that way. Uranus, don't judge. But it offers us again a strong urge to break free from routine, from patterns. It may also lead us to making quick changes, sudden changes, not only in our work habits, in our health routines, but it allows us the courage to shake things up, to use our wit, to use our assertiveness, and really reach for our new beginnings, to let go of those conflicts, to stand against those conflicts with remaining grounded, and more importantly, to realize that we've taken the time to recover. We've taken the time to balance those energies within, to transmute that negative energy, and more importantly, stride towards our success. And so, like I say, if you are particularly what I'm getting, if you've been fighting bad habits, if you've been fighting addictions, different vices, feeling like outside forces control your actions and your decisions, this is the week where you are breaking free. And like I say too, we've got that new moon in Pisces. And so not only does it encourage us to tap into our intuition, tap into an open-minded approach, but it allows us again an opportunity with a heightened awareness in our emotions to come to the table in our servant leadership, to balance our vision with our heart, to utilize our intuition and trust in divine timing, but stand in that servant leadership power through our emotion, through our intuition, and really speak with a direct, well thought out manner to avoid drama, to squash the conflict, but more importantly, to set everyone up for success in the way where it creates that inner self peace and energetic peace around our with everyone in our surroundings is what I'm trying to say. But either way, this is the beginning again where the scales are balancing out. You've got that fire, you've got that water. This is where there's smoke. There's a new beginning. And it's encouraging us to connect with that inner voice, to embrace the flow in our tasks, in our projects, but also to stand in a united front with our enthusiasm and with our spirituality. So if you've been dimming your light in a lot of ways, or like I say, being trapped and feeling restricted by limited beliefs, this is the time where really you're connecting with your inner voice, you're embracing the flow with the divine. And more importantly, you're being greeted by the moon in conjunction with Mercury, both in Pisces on the 28th, that brings good judgment and the ability to make good decisions. No longer are you going to allow yourself to be haunted by loss, but instead you're focusing on your aspirations. Instead of looking at things as what's the worst that can happen and planning for those worst case scenarios, instead you're looking at things as what's the best outcome. And changing that mindset, changing that perspective also allows us to shift the energy in the environment, in the situation. And particularly when it comes to business or career, this heightened intuition, this emotional sensitivity, and also too the deeper connections through understanding and standing in our servant leadership allows us to break free of those 10 of Swords, to break free of that misfortune and tip the scales in our favor. This is a turning point this week, and you are closing out this week with a bang, just saying. And we're going to need it because on March 1st, not trying to jinx anyone, but just to prepare you, Venus is going retrograde. And so this offers us a period of introspection, particularly on relationships, right? And so it's about who can you take with you and who do you need to let go. And so don't be surprised if unresolved feelings come back, unresolved past issues come up. Even too, don't be surprised if you have old flames, particularly if there's unresolved feelings pop up during this retrograde as well. But it allows us, more importantly, an opportunity to focus on whether you, and finally make the decision too, rather, on whether you'd like to rekindle or finally let go. And with this time, it really, like I say, it offers us an introspection with a focus on intimacy, shared resources, and potential power imbalances. And this is where you're truly looking at things with a focus on self-worth, self-esteem, and self-care to take your power back. And so this is a time where Spirit is really reminding us with the grizzly bear that you are indestructible. And by honoring your intuition, going where it leads you, choosing love over hate, letting go of what no longer serves you, breaking free of those daily routines, poor health choices, vices, addictions, how you come to the table in your contributions to relationships that don't serve you or others, power imbalances. And it allows us this real strength in knowing that our love, our compassion, our empathy are our strength. That is truly where the strength is the gentleness, not the brute force. And so with the focus on self-worth, self-esteem, self-care, if you've had relationships that have been meant to really teach you those karmic lessons, this is the time when Venus goes retrograde to really look at our self-worth, and in our relationships, look at how our relationships affect our self-esteem, affect our self-worth, but more importantly too, how we care for the self. And this is where Spirit is reminding us with the links that we indeed are the keeper of secrets. This is a time for introspection, and so it's time to take time out from the world and be the observer. Know that nothing can deceive you when you trust your knowing, and you see others' secrets for what they are, but more importantly, in that silence, you not only find your strength, but you find your path. This is about releasing the past, starting your new journey, and remembering that you are the teacher, that you are a teacher, and you help others find their way. The challenges that you face are definitely there. The road is never easy, right? There's uphill, there's downhill, there's ice in the winter, for example, too. But your soul is strong, and your perseverance is your secret power. You have a love that endures, and you're choosing your love, your self-worth, self-care to really lift yourself up and focus, more importantly, on what is meant for you. And again, this is dedication to your stability in your success, not only in your career, but also with your connection with the divine. This is a time where a wave of intuition will really envelope your decisions and lead you towards what's truly meant for you and help you align to your right path. And if that resonates, by all means, share your story in the comments below. Put a heart in the comments below. Also, too, if you've been struggling with vices, know that we are here for you and with you on the Honey Sea Star. So check out the Honey Sea Star store. All the designs are meant to inspire, uplift, and more importantly, empower you along your day. Know that you are not alone, and be reassured that we here on this channel are with you. So check out the store. If you don't see your power word there, put that in the comments below. Let's design it together so that we can share it with all the Virgos that listen to this channel. Lift all of us up for success as we walk towards our greatest soul's purpose. Now, I did also want to pull the Music Therapy Major Arcana. What we pulled in this reading was the A sharp, and it's all about karma. It's the pinnacle of success, and it reminds us that this is our turning point. Choosing our self-worth, taking our power back, and breaking free from anything that holds us back. Nothing can hold you back as long as you hold the power. Remember that. And if that resonates, like I say, put a heart in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. That way we can get this message out to as many Virgos as we can, especially as we walk through this new moon in Pisces and get ready for Venus going into retrograde as we walk into March. Now, color therapy wise too, what'll really help this time at this time, especially if you're looking at your third eye, because we just had that 222 portal. It's a third eye opening, right? A third eye alignment. And so this is a time to really focus on utilizing purple in your color therapy, as well as your yellows. Yellow really stimulates us with that power, that heat, that warmth, that support from the sun, but also that strength from the sun, so that we can stand in our power, stand in our royalty, in our regality with those purples, and embrace our intuition, and hold our vision for the future without attachment, but more importantly, allow ourselves to dream as big as the universe. And so I truly hope that this reading helps. I am sending all my love and light to each and every one of you. Like I say, if this message resonated, by all means, please like, share, subscribe. Your support means the world to this channel, but more importantly, each and every one of you make the difference. And so I am wishing you the best of love and light during this week. Take care, and I'll see you in the next reading.